Hello farmers, and welcome back to Wyther Farms, where mid-September has rolled around and so has harvest time. I already started the harvest this morning because there's a chance of rain like midday, so I kind of started really early. Good thing the crops were not wet, so I started harvest just before sunset, and I didn't want to record it because it was kind of dark, and trying to work the headlands around this field, it's awfully snug. So I want to make sure I was focused on getting the harvest in correctly and making sure I get the trailer inside the combine. Next to the hedgerow was kind of snug, so I just want to make sure I got all that taken care of before I brought you guys in along for the ride. But harvest time is here. I've already brought one trailer load of oats over to our new silo, and that's working out great. While I've been waiting for grain to unload once in a while, I just checked out a few things. First thing I checked out was, when is the best time to sell oats? Well, the best time to sell oats around here seems to be like mid to late winter, and I can probably get about 660 pounds per 1,000 liters for oats. So yep, I'm going to store it up for mid to late winter. I already got one load, which is about 40,000 liters, over into the silo, and it's about 5 combine loads worth of grain you can fit into a trailer, so it's all looking good. The straw's piling up. I paid about 1,500 pounds in leasing fees overnight because I still have the baler and I still have the baling trailer, but those things will be needed here this afternoon, hopefully before the rain gets here. That's what I'm kind of on a push for. As for the soybean field, because I need to let the farmers know that own that field at the beginning of the month if I was going to buy it or not, and I did call them up and told them, at that time I said, yeah, I just can't afford to buy it because my harvest has not rolled around. And they said, well, their harvest has not rolled around either, as you know, they knew I knew, because I wake up every morning kind of looking at that field. So they said, yeah, if I can come up with the money before harvest time, maybe we can talk more about it. But yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on that field, see when it's ready for harvest, and see what my cash looks like. I'm really going to know by the end of today, I think, because I'm going to have a lot of straw bales to bring in. And also, talking about bales, the silage bales, they should be almost probably halfway fermented by now, or pretty close. So they will be brought over to the BGA tomorrow about midday, and I'll get paid tomorrow night from the BGA. So that's going to be a good amount of income coming in. I got to get some time also to get over back to the grass field. That grass is growing really quick, so I got to make sure I get another couple rounds of fertilizer on it. So when I go to cut it here in a few days' time, which just seems really quick, but you know, that's what happens with that grass field. It grows really quick, and I'm glad it does, because that's bringing in a lot of cash for me. I got to get that field prepped and ready to go. I just got about a full combine. Here we go. And this is only not fun part of this harvest. I got to go run back and forth from the combine to the tractor. I would have preferred to get someone to follow behind me with the baler and bale it, but I need my tractor for, well, hauling the grain. So here I am, just running back and forth in the field, getting the T8 and the trailer, run around, fill it, well, not quite fill up the trailer, but empty the combine is what I need to say. Just getting my exercise in. The combine is full, the trailer is full, so let's head to the silo, dumping another 40,000 liters. This is going to be a pretty good harvest. It's hard to believe that we got this field for 80,000. I still can't understand why this field was on the cheap side, but it's harvesting good, so I'm not going to complain. Compared to what other fields are going for price-wise, 80,000 for that field is going to pay off rather well. It did last season, it's going to pay off good this season. Because already I got 80,000 liters of oats, and if I get 650 for it, that's going to be probably so far pretty close to 50,000 pounds that will get paid for the oats in the middle of winter so far. So I'm guessing somewhere around 80,000 to 100,000 pounds we'll get for all these oats when we sell them. That's kind of like money going into my own personal bank right here. That's all it is. Still a very cloudy day, but like I said, you know, that we're expecting some rain at some point today. Well, a slim chance of rain. I think it's like 40% chance. I think I'll get the harvest done for sure. Hopefully get the bales taken off the field as well. I did spend a little time the last couple of weeks since I harvested the grass field over there, checking out some chicken coops, because I'm thinking I'd like to get some chickens on the farm. Got a few pens I have my eye on. I don't want to go, I don't think I want to go too many on the chickens. Just a small little pen will do. But if I do get some chickens, I gotta buy some feed for them because I planted oats, and chickens really prefer wheat or barley. But maybe I can make a trade with someone around here. Maybe someone may need some oats for their horses or something, and I could maybe trade out some oat grain for some wheat grain or something like that. Getting ahead of myself, but just trying to think ahead. Because the sooner you make a deal with someone, usually the better it can be. Let that unload, because it takes a few seconds. I'll have to figure out what I want to plant in this field for next season. I think I'm going to stick with a cereal crop, because one, we get the money for the grain itself, and then two, we get to pick up the straw and sell that as well. And I'm hoping next time this year I'll have that baler that I'm going to be using here in just a little while. I'm thinking I might be able to afford that. But yeah, so far 80,000 liters of oats brought to the silo, and looking at the field here, I'm thinking I could easily get another 80,000 for sure. That'd be really good. So yeah, I'm starting to think maybe even more than 80 to 100,000 pounds of grain will get off this field. But definitely getting my exercise in, running back and forth. I'm also excited to see how much money I can get for all the straw bales. When I do the bales, last year I brought them over to the store that's right across over here. Since I got the baling trailer that I have, I'm probably going to have to go to the other store, which is on the other side of the town. Generally in that direction, way at the other end. So when I unload the bales, basically I have to unload the bales over here at the store, and then I have to manually put them in there. And they don't have no machinery to do that. And it was a struggle last year to sell them, so I think this year I'm going to bring them to the other store, which is way at the other side of the map. Sell them there, because it's big open space. I can just dump it right to where they need it. Not a problem. Just have to do a little bit more traveling back and forth. Can see a few bare spots from when harvesting this field. You can see a few bare spots where either the grain didn't germinate or the crops withered and died. It was a hot summer with not much rain, so that probably didn't help out the crops too well. So it's not going to yield. I'm going to say maybe I lost somewhere in the vicinity of 7 to 10%. Probably somewhere in there. So maybe next season might be a better year. I'm definitely not going to complain when I'm getting out the field already. I must say I'm extremely happy with this harvest. Already 120,000 liters of oats into the silo. The trailer is about 3/4 full, and I got the rest of this strip to continue and get done, and one more strip going back down. So it's going to be pretty close to 160,000 liters of oats. And if like I said, we can get 650 for them. I mean, originally I was hoping to get 80 to 100,000 pounds when I sell it this winter. I think we're gonna be pretty darn close to 100,000 pounds. Now, I don't know why I keep saying what I plan on doing. I actually call my plans ideas, because my plans never stick until like the last second. But I think what I might do is when I sell these oats in the winter is try to set aside the 100,000 pounds at least to pay off half of our debt, because we have a 200,000 pound credit limit, and I'm always maxed out on that. And any extra cash, maybe I will do something on the farm to better off the farm. I'd like to do some landscaping around the farm. I need to buy some grass seed, plant some grass seed around. Yeah, because it's just basically all dirt, and when it rains, it can get kind of mucky around the farm. But yeah, I don't remember what we got off the field last season. Now, last season it was barley, and we did not plant the barley. Plus, the field was not probably as well kept as the way I prepped it this season. Not to say the other farmer didn't do as well, but I think I probably prepped it and you know, spreading lime down to make sure it was fully fertilized. So we're getting a lot of oats off this field, and pretty soon here I'm going to start making some straw bales, and we'll get that over to the market. Now, right now, straw is going for about 26 pounds per 1,000, so it's not a great deal amount, but I'm pretty sure I got a lot of straw here. I'm not going to fit all these oats into, you know what, I might as well just go ahead and unload it now, because I'm not going to be able to finish the field anyways. Yeah, but I don't remember last season, and also last season when I sold the barley, I didn't have much chance. I didn't have a silo, so we just sold it for whatever the price was at that time, which at the time wasn't a great price, but you know what? We got money for it, so that's all that matters. But this year should be a whole lot better. And all depends on how the straw sale does this morning, the rest of this morning. Well, to be depending if I can buy that soybean field right next to our farm. I may call the farmer. I mean, it's been a couple weeks. You know, I called them, like I said, at the beginning of the month, and now we're at mid-September. So maybe I'll give them a call just to see what their plans are, because I'm going to tell them, yeah, look at your field, and the beans aren't still quite ready for harvest. I'll see what their plans are. And maybe we'll strike up maybe a little bit of a deal with them or something. Maybe I can lease the field and harvest it, but I don't have the cash. But I'm definitely going to wait until I get the rest of the straw sold today. Like I said, the BGA, I got to bring the bales tomorrow, and then I'll get paid tomorrow night. But I'm thinking by then that soybean field probably will be ready for harvest, I'm thinking. But the best news so far is it's still cloudy. There's no forecast is not saying rain is imminent, so that's good. I should be able to get this straw baled up and brought up to I think it's the animal dealers, animal livestock market. I think it's the barn shop down here in the livestock market at the other end of town, and that's where I gotta go. Actually, it's that little shed right there, just over the right side of the combine. And unfortunately, I gotta get the bales inside the shed, or else they don't want to really accept them. And unfortunately, when I unload the bales from the trailer, yeah, it doesn't quite work out too well. But the harvest for our oats is done. I'm gonna top off the trailer here. So yeah, 160,000 liters-ish of oats off this field. That is pretty darn good. So I'm thinking, let's see, 100,000 liters, that should be 65,000. Yeah, it's going to be pretty close to 100 grand. Pretty close. It would be nice to pay off the bank as much as I can, just so, my credit limit is 200,000 pounds. So to be able to have some leniency there, if I ever need something, I always go to the bank and get some more cash. But I'm trying to get myself away from the bank. The bank has been very generous to us. I wonder if it's going to take all the grain. Nope, not quite all. Let's see, where am I going to park this? Need to park this kind of out of the way. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and drop the header here, because obviously the header is going to be kind of in the way for me. Let's go ahead and unfold the header. Gotta leave the combine open because I got grain. I don't want to close it up. Gotta make sure it's well ventilated. Alright, let's park this out of the way somewhere. And also, because it was kind of fun this morning, like I said, I started harvesting before the sun rose. I mean, the sun hasn't quite risen yet. It was kind of, you could see a little bit. I tell you, the entryway to this field, yeah, there's not much room to put the header down at the entryway and get the combine kind of lined up to the header before you start damaging crops. So I may not plant as much. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and park the combine right here. I'm kind of glad the harvest is over though, because I'm tired of running from the combine to wherever the T8 is, and it's always like half a field away. Time to go dump the rest of this grain into the silo, drop off the trailer. I'll get the rest of the grain in the combine later on. I just want to get this straw baled up and start bringing some loads up to the market just to see what I get per trailer, and I can kind of guesstimate how much money we're going to get before I finish. Maybe I shouldn't guesstimate. Maybe I should just finish. Sure is nice to have a silo to put your grain into. I wonder what the price of oats is. I mean, look at how much I got in there. So right now I got 156,000 liters. But the best price today is $5.12. And like I said, middle of winter price can get up to around $6.50. So yeah, that silo is definitely going to help us out earning some cash. Let's drop that off. Let's hitch up to the baler and get some bales made so I can get up to the market and start selling, so I can kind of see make sure it's fully attached. There we go. I think we're good. Oh, I still got my grass in here. I'll just dump this out behind the house. There we go. Grass is out. Actually, while I'm here, let's double check on this field here. Yep. Still growing. It's almost ready for harvest. But not quite. Those beans aren't quite ready, so I'm kind of looking at the field winking, like, slow down just a little bit more so I can get the cash and I can harvest it. If I can buy that field and harvest those soybeans, money is going to be very good. I mean, I do have to buy the field, but I think the soybeans could almost pay for the field itself next season. Maybe not quite, but almost. And having 2 fields to harvest every year, that money's going to look really, really good. This intersection for me is rather dangerous with all these trees and leaves. You can't see too far. This process shouldn't take as long as it did for me to harvest. You can see the angle I had to take when I came into harvest. I had to turn the combine in tight circles. But I am making 8,000 liter straw bales. It's going to take me a bit for sure. But once I finish and I can start loading these bales up, bring up to the market, I'll be glad how many bales I do have. This is taking a little while to get done, but last I checked on the bale counter, I was at 110 bales made. And I still got another row to go, so it's going to be somewhere around, I'm going to guess 120 bales here. Quick math, I am guessing, because we're going to get about 25 pounds per 1,000 liters, I'm probably going to get in the vicinity of 25,000 pounds of straw off this field today. It's a lot of bales. It's a lot of bales. So that, you know, in theory, I get 25,000. That's going to get us somewhere around 40,000 pounds in my bank account. Now, if I get my 30,000 pounds from the silage I'm going to be delivering tomorrow, and I'll get paid tomorrow night, money-wise, that will put me to where I would have enough money to buy the field with soybeans in it. Like I said, I'll wait until the end of the day before I can figure out how I want to approach in buying that field. So I definitely want that soybean. I want it that bad. You can tell. I want it that bad. The first thing, I got to sell all these bales. There's going to be a lot of trips. What is that baling trailer hold? Is it 16? I hope it holds 16, or is it 12 or 16? I think it's 16. I hope so, because it's going to be a lot of trips at 120 bales. But this baler has been dishing out straw bales like a Pez dispenser. This pop, 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 pop. And luckily it's 8,000 liter bales that we're spitting out. Definitely need to service my T8. It's in I don't want to say dire need of a overhaul a little bit. Probably an oil change. Some diesel fuel. I need to go see Sally at the store. And top this T8 off with some diesel fuel. And that is about every ounce or every 1 liter of straw off this field. Spit out that bale, please. Still got a lot of straw in there. I'll have to dig that one out by hand. I don't know if I can sell that bale or not. It's time to bring the baler back to the farm. I'm not going to bring the baler back to the store yet. I got at least for the day anyway, so I'll keep it around. Just, I don't know what I'll need it for, but I'll keep it until later in the afternoon, maybe when the rain comes, or if the rain comes. And then I'll return it. But right now I want to get these bales picked up off the field. The forecast is still not showing any rain in the immediate future, but you never know. Well, I did manage to get the bale out of there. Now let's get the baler off the T8 and hitch on up to the baling trailer. Start making some trips up to the store. And little by little, the money should roll in nicely. I can't remember if this holds 12 or 16 bales. I can't remember. I think it's 16. Let's go get our first load, and we'll take a trip all the way across town to deliver these straw bales, but it's where I need to go. You can see the grass field on the left-hand side. That grass has grown quite a bit. Well, like always, I'm going to start with the headland going around this way because the pickup is on the right-hand side, so we get the bales closest to the edge of the field. That way I don't have to worry about it. Should be 16 bales per. So I don't plan to do anything with this field the rest of this fall. Maybe put some lime down. That way it can settle in over the winter. And I'll definitely plant in the springtime. I don't like doing winter crops too much. I just fear planting them in the winter. You know, it's this long time for the crops to be in ground before harvest time. things can go wrong. So maybe I just like planting possibly in the spring. When I say possibly, of course I'll plant in the spring, and that way we can harvest it in the fall. Getting 2 crops in a field done in a year around here, yeah, it's not really an option, I don't think. I'm not going to get 1 headland of bales in. At least I don't think I will. Yeah, I can only grab 2 more. And I got a full trailer. So I'm kind of glad it's 16 bales, because if it was 12, it's just, you know, it's a lot more trips. Probably going to be like 7 or 8 trips. The amount of bales that I got. The good thing is, though, we're getting it done before the rain hits. Now I just got to get across town into traffic. That's a lot of soybean over there. Hopefully, like I said, by the time I sell the straw today, I can get a really good ballpark of how much money I'll have, not by tomorrow, but the day after. And maybe I can make a deal with the farmers up there saying, I'll get your money in a couple days. I'll harvest the field. I won't sell the soybean until I pay you off. We seem to be in good terms with each other. I think they might be okay with that. Now, the only problem with that being is by the time I pay for that field, I'm pretty much going to have $0 in the bank account, and I'm not going to have no money coming in until I can do the grass field again. So it's just a little unfortunate I cannot really sell to the dealer right across my field. I mean, I won't see him right across. It's just on the other side of the hedgerow. Just that with the setup I got, can't really sell there. So we had to come all the way down the other end of the town. Just checking out. I haven't been over here in a while, actually, but I can see some fields looks like have been turned over, worked on. A lot of oilseed rape everywhere. Probably people planted it this summer. Gonna plow it in and put a crop in next year and get it good, you know, they got good fertilizer into the ground. Some really big fields at this end of town, though. I mean, the field I just harvested, the combine and setup that I have going for that field is just, I don't want to say it's too small, but then again, a step up in combine size might be just a little bit too big for what we have. So it all works out, gets the job done. A little bit bigger combine wouldn't be bad, but definitely nothing I can see in my future for a while. Alright, and this is where we're selling our bales today. Should be able to unload it right here. Let's see what I get for one trailer. Let's see, like 3,400 pounds. $4,755. Well, okay, that's better than I thought it was going to be. And like I said, I got about 7 loads at least. So maybe I'm going to get like 35,000. 35,000 pounds in straw bales. A lot of trips back and forth, but it'll definitely be worth it by the time I'm done.